Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome to A.O.C Commercials here in Carrigtwohill in County Cork in Ireland. I'm here today to drive this T500 with its V8 engine. This is a 2006 model. So yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you all around the exterior of this truck. Then we'll hop inside and go down through all the interior features, and then I'll be getting hooked underneath a trailer and taking it out on a test drive. You ready for this, guys? Let's go! Okay, let's have a good walk around the T-cab here and I'll show you what it's all about. This particular example was registered in 2006, but the truck was actually assembled by Scania on the 26th of September 2005. So the T-cab was phased out in October 2005. So this particular example is one of the last of the T-cabs of this kind. So yeah, it makes it pretty much collectible. Pretty nice truck to have. So A.O.C won't be parting with this anytime soon, that's for sure. But this truck has undergone a number of changes from when it was new, so I'll go down through them in this video with you guys. But I do like the green. It really does stand out, doesn't it, on the road. But we have the 6 additional spot lamps there on the light bar on top. We also have the air horns. We'll see what they sound like. We have the sun visor there, so that is a completely different sun visor from when it was new. And we have the marker bars there at either side, very handy for just maneuvering around. You can kind of get an idea where the front of your truck is. Now the grille is a different grille from when it was new. So from when it was new, you had the 4 Series grille, but this is the R Series grille, just to kind of give it a more modern look at the front. We do have xenon headlamps. They came from the factory that way, and we also have the additional light bar there with 5 more lamps on the bottom. But I like this little grille area on the bonnet as well. That's quite nice. But yeah, let's just walk around and I'll show you some more changes. But yeah, there was big changes done on the chassis. I'll show you them shortly, but we have 2 steps there for servicing the truck when you lift up the bonnet. And we have the mirrors there matching in with the exterior colour. And yeah, it's very easy to climb in and out of these T-cabs as well. I'll show you that when I hop inside. We have the Alcoa aluminium wheels with the paintwork there matching in with the hubs. Very nice. And he also has added on 2 more bars at the bottom there. And we have an exhaust outlet at each side as well. That is where your batteries go, in behind that step panel there. So yeah, the 3 steps hopping in, very easy to do. And we have this 3 lamps there and more lamps underneath on a very nice piece of aluminium there. Very good. And down your side skirt area with a little step there as well. But yeah, this is where more changes were done from when it was new. So we have the additional mid-lift there, so you can carry more weight on the mid-lift, and the 2 tanks were changed as well. So it did come with 2 700 litre tanks. Now we have a 600 and a 500, just making space for the additional mid-lift. But yeah, we have our full air deflector kit, and we have the lamps there up on top as well, just to make it look nice at night time. Now underneath here, this is always unusual when you look into a T-cab, right? Because the R Series would normally have the engine here, of course, but you can see how far forward the engine is here, the V8. Yeah, it's quite unusual looking underneath these and just seeing nothing here, but there you have it, the underneath of the T-cab. And the 5th wheel there, they have it all nicely greased up for our test drive. And the old lamps there at the back, nice Ireland plate. I like that. But yeah, just walking around this side, our 600 litre tank, as I said. But yeah, I'm just going to walk around the driver's side, hop inside, and we'll go down through the interior features. But yeah, this example is looking fabulous for its age. Yeah, absolutely incredible. So I'll just show you now how easy it is to hop inside, guys. Sorry if you're hearing wind, it is a very windy day today. But watch this, watch. It's just so easy to climb up. And we do have that flat floor as well, of course. Everyone likes the flat floor in the T-cab. And let me just hop inside. Now, this is quite unusual as well, right? We have a clutch pedal, but it is the OptiCruise gearbox. So you don't often see that, but it is very handy to have for your slow maneuvers when you're setting off, just to be able to let out the clutch slowly. So I actually like that, yeah. Now we do have a panel there on the door. That was changed. It didn't come like that when it was new. It would have had a textile panel here, but it's nice just to have your little leather panel on the door there. Now the wide angle mirror on the Scanias, on these particular ones, it could be better. I've seen better ones on trucks, but yeah, the bottom mirror here, I really like that. Yeah, the great bottom mirror. But moving on to the, yeah, I'll just show you the gear selector here, because it is quite easy to use. So I'm just going to fold down the steering wheel. So it's simply up your gears, down your gears, forward, in and down for reverse. And we do have a manual mode here, and we have an auto function here for your auxiliary brake. So your auxiliary brake, once you use the auto function, you can dab your brakes if you're going downhill, and the auxiliary brakes will come on automatically. So it's a nice function to have, saving on your brakes, of course. And we have the cruise control here, and that is your downhill speed control that you use with your cruise control. So yeah, all very nice to have in your truck. And I like the wood trim on the steering wheel as well. That is quite nice. And then we have leather here, just on that section. So yeah, let me just push the steering wheel back up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start it up. I'll start it up quickly, and we'll get a sound of the engine here. Oh yeah, even the sound of the engine when you start it up compared to all the newer Scanias, it's just so distinctive. Let me just open the door actually. Listen to this. Okay, we'll close the door again. One more rev here. Okay. Okay, we'll go down through our display here. So we have our Rev Counter, we have our speedometer there. That is your engine temperature, of course, and we have the fuel gauge and two air pressure gauges there. So let me just turn on the ignition again. So this will show us what gear we're in here as well. But you'll see there, this truck has covered over 1 million kilometers. So plenty of mileage under its belt. Let me push that back up. So going down through the controls, we have our diff lock switch there. That's for your cruise control, air horn switch, and the mid-lift switch. Lamp switches there, and this is for dimming your instrument cluster. And you can also adjust the time on the instrument cluster by those switches. Electric window switches, and you can adjust your mirror electrically, and of course they are heated also. Over here we just have an aftermarket stereo put into this particular example. We have a CB radio there. That is a speaker of some sort. That would not have come from new. Going down through the switches here, we have that is for turning off your rear reversing buzzer, and we have a traction control switch, and we have a white smoke limiter switch there, and that is for your auxiliary brake. That switch there, these are for all your exterior lamps. And down here we have a second white smoke limiter switch. So I don't know why there's two of them in here. It was probably added in or something, I don't know. But we have the little ambient lamp switch there. We have a panic alarm switch and your heated mirrors. And over here, air conditioning, and these are all just more lamp switches here for your interior and so on. But that is just an ashtray. Yeah, you don't see these on the new trucks anymore. But there you have it. But yeah, we can pull out our tray there. Oh yeah, it does have the old tachograph as well. No digi-tacho on this one. Analog. And I used to like these old cup holders on the Scanias as well. You don't see these anymore, probably because Scania wanted to save money. So you just have two simple cup holders now, but this one was quite good. I do like that one. But yeah, the flat floor, very easy to walk around. Oh yeah, let me just lift up this as well. So flat area here, so you can sit down in the passenger seat and have your food up on that. And all our fuses are underneath that section there as well. But let's just walk around. Now it did come with all these leather seats. These are quite nice. This is unusual as well. We have one armrest for the driver's seat, but we actually have two for the passenger seat. Yeah, so I don't know why that is, but there you have it. We have our bottom bunk there. We do have a fridge underneath. I can't show you that because I tried opening it earlier and this panel came off. Yeah, so a big fail on my part, but there you have it. Yeah, just moving up here, we have the top bunk here. We can fold that down, of course, and our reading lamp switches there, and we do have the sunroof up on top. We have 3 locker areas here above the windscreen. Let me just open up one. Yeah, and they all have their individual lamps as well. More sections here for storing, and they all have lamps also. Now, of course, all this area is all gone on the newer generation trucks. It's all just 1 or 3 big lockers now, but this was the old design. That is some sort of aftermarket screen of some sort, and that is your old tacho as well. But yeah, this section here is just for a folder. There would be a little writing pad here, but it's not being used because this is blocking it. But yeah, that is that's pretty much the interior of the T-cab. We do have the night heater control there, and you can open and close the sunroof and lock and unlock your doors also, with a little 24-volt socket as well. But these are handy little timers because you can set it to come on any time of the day and night, any day of the week. It's very good, those little controls there for the night heater. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else much to show on the interior of the cab. I think it's time to hop into the driver's seat, take it out on the road and see what it's like. Okay, just before we go on the drive, I just want to show you the engine. So I have the bonnet opened here and we can look at the V8 there in all its glory. Yes, very nice. And we have a step here as well when you lift up the bonnet, so you can stand on that to work on the engine. We have the dipstick there as well, and you can top up your oil, of course. But let's just hop up here actually and stand on that step so that we can have a good look in. Wow, there you go. Yeah, I don't often have access like this now to the engine up on top. Look at this. That is quite good, isn't it? So we've 2,500 Newton meters of torque from the V8. So plenty of power there, 500 horsepower. Okay, now it's time to hop into the driver's seat. Okay, we're heading off on the drive. See what this T-cab is like on the road. Okay, oh yeah, I'll press the air horn. Give you a listen to that. Oh, that's not the air horn. This is the air horn. Okay, let's head off, guys. Put it into gear and off we go. Oh, we've got a 2005 R580 there. Roscommon. Nice. Oh, we've got a couple of fire engines here as well. 94D 260s from 2001 and a 520 there, Kyohan. Okay, so it's a pretty easy gearbox. You don't have to use the clutch going up through the other gears. It will go up through the gears automatically. So pretty nice gearbox, the OptiCruise. Of course, the new generation Scanias, they change gear an awful lot faster than this gearbox. So let's go handy here. There we go. But yeah, so you probably are asking yourself, why did Scania kill off the T-cab truck? Well, it all boils down to slow sales. Back in the mid-70s, this truck, or the T-cab, the bonneted trucks in the Scania range, had accounted for 50% of all Scanias produced. So by the 80s, the mid-80s, that had dropped to a quarter. and then we come up to the 90s and it had gone down to 20%. So by 2004, Scania had only produced, let me just get in here a bit. So by 2004, Scania had only produced 1,000 T-cabs. So this is a bit tight here now. It's a bit of a tight bend here. But let's just move over for this guy in his tanker. Oh, that's a bit tight there. Anyway, we will take our time. And there we go. That was a bit on the tight side, guys. Okay, let's pull out here of the junction. And we have a DAF CF there, 2008, Little Island Transport. Yeah, so you can go up through the gears manually, as I said, or else you can let the gearbox just work away on its own. And we also have the retarder on the gear selector as well, so we can use that to slow us down. But just listen to the sound, guys, listen. Yeah, they don't sound like that anymore. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying this now. The left-hand drive T-cab. Yeah, it's not a bad day today. We did have an awful lot of rain during the week, but today is nice and dry. But yeah, it is comfortable on the front axle. Of course, the front axle is forward. On the R series, it would be slightly back, of course. So the sun visor above the windscreen is quite low. I wouldn't really like having that if I was driving this truck all the time. But we just make our way out onto the dual carriageway and just let it cruise away at 80 kilometers. So we can turn on our cruise control there and set it to 80 kilometers. So we are revving in at 1200 RPM at 80 kilometers. So yeah, not too bad. As I said, it's a 15.6 litre engine, V8 engine. So good power from this engine. It would perform quite well now pulling a heavy load. But as you can see, we don't have any heavy load on today. We are very, very light. Fresh air on that trailer, guys. But you can't always get heavy trailers when you're doing test drives, so as I said before, we have to take what we're given. But I quite like the T-cab. It just has a very distinctive look to it, doesn't it, when it's on the road. But I do like those little marker bars. They really do give you an idea of where the front of your truck is. So they are quite good. And we'll just power up down here and make our way back. I'll give you some more sounds of that great engine. Of course, 50 years of the V8 in 2019. So let me just give one quick mention to Westward Scania up in Strokestown in County Roscommon. So they are having the semi-finals today and tomorrow, Sunday. They're having the semi-finals for the driver competition to win a brand new Scania truck. So that's all happening this weekend. So they have 35 people competing this weekend to try and go forward to win the Scania truck. So out of the 35 people this weekend, that will be broken down to 12 people for the final that will take place on the 23rd of March. So I do hope to get up to that final, guys. I have been on to Scania Strokestown about it, so I'm very much looking forward to going up and seeing how the final goes. So there will be 12 people for the final. That is the national final, that is. And then the main final itself happens over in Sweden. So that's happening in Sweden in May of 2019. So it's doubtful I'm going to get to Sweden, guys, but I'll be up in Strokestown, and there will be one Irish finalist, and then there will be 2 runners-up who will also be going to Scania Sweden as kind of moral support for the Irish finalist. So yeah, we'll just take our time here. So somebody was asking me in the comments section, do Scania still do manual gearboxes? And yes, they do, but they're now a special order. The majority of the gearboxes now in the trucks are all the OptiCruise gearbox, because it's good for saving fuel. I mean, the figures are there to prove it. They are more economical than a manual truck, and that's why transport operators always go for the OptiCruise gearbox in the Scanias. It just makes more sense. So as I said, we have the GRS 900R gearbox, 12-speed gearbox in this T500. But it is a shame that Scania stopped building the T-cab, but sales figures count for a lot, guys, and that's why it eventually was phased out in October 2005. They pulled the plug on the T-cab, but of course you can get conversions. I mean, guys out there, they drive R-Series Scanias and they get them converted back to the T-cab shape. So there are companies that will add on the bonneted part of the truck. It's a big job to do. It's probably 50 or 60,000 euro, depending on what company you get to do it, but you can still have your T-cab if you want. But it's just that Scania won't build one for you anymore. The drive, a couple of more hoots of the horn and a rev of the engine. Okay, I'm gonna knock it off there. So that was really enjoyable now in the T500. Really enjoyed that drive, but it looks great, doesn't it, in the green. If any of you are wondering, A.O.C are not selling this truck. This will be belong to them for a very, very long time to come. They'll probably never sell it. Because as I said, it is one of the last batch of trucks from 2005 and registered in 2006, but really enjoyed that today now. I hear someone else coming here. I think that's the R580 pulling around. Oh yeah, Giles here. Yeah. So this truck is from 2005, also with a V8 engine. And left-hand drive as well, that one. Yeah, the R580, refrigerated trailer on the back. But yeah, I have a few more trucks to show you guys. Let's go over for a look. So you see we have 2 brand new P450s. They are still waiting for their bodies to be put on, and you see the rear tyres for off-road use and good grip from them. So yeah, I would imagine they're for construction work. The two P450s, and then beside it we have a brand new P320 looking nice in green, but that is waiting for its tanker body to be put on the back. So you see the mirrors there, we have protection around them for in case you're banging up against trees down back roads, good protection. And then we have the P450, the previous generation, parked beside it. So you see there, it has a tipper body built by Keltruck. So nice tidy body as well on the back of that. But yeah, he has the aluminium wheels as well. But yeah, that is for sale down here in A.O.C. And beside it we have the R500. So of course it does have a nice bit more power than the T500 I was driving, the new generation, and another P320 oil truck there beside it. Just here inside the garage they also have a brand new R500. You see there with the big pal finger crane at the back, and he's got the very nice aluminium wheels as well, so I do like that. And he has a very flat cab as well, so you see it's a very low cab just for getting into height restricted areas. So yeah, that is quite nice. And I'll just show you as well, he has the step here. See the step for climbing up and looking into your load. But yeah, it's a very low cab on this. Up on top it is quite low. Yeah, it looks quite well in orange, matches in with this. There you have it guys, the Scania R500. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time here today in A.O.C Commercials. So they are celebrating 25 years as a Scania dealership as well. So if you want to follow them on social media, I'll leave the links below in the description. But yeah, the T500, great truck, but it's one I'd like to own myself, guys. But they will never sell it. Anyway, I'll leave you all there, guys. I'll chat to you all again next weekend for another video. So until then, take care and thanks for watching. Cheers! So yeah, we'll walk around all the outside of the cab and then we'll hop inside. And if the wind would ever stop, let's hoot the air horn, see what it sounds like. Ah, wrong one. There you go.